Back in Schaumburg, the tents with a bunch of cars still in there somewhere. You can see that line on the left of your screen as the cars get ready to turn right. So many cars, so many stories and memories at a Mecum auction. And like most of us, we all remember the cars that we've owned. State Farm, of course, has been protecting the cars and the memories for almost 100 years. And right now, let's check in with Bill to learn more about another very special vehicle. It's this edition of State Farm Tread Talks. Bill?
If you were watching our last auction in Dallas, Texas, you may remember we talked about the 1963 Ford Galaxy factory lightweight R code. Well, that was a car that preceded the Thunderbolt, that preceded the Cobra Jet Mustang, but none of those cars would have happened if it wasn't for this one right here. This is the somewhat unknown 1962 Ford Galaxy factory lightweight. That's a 406 cubic inch engine. That preceded the 427 cubic inch FE engine that came along in the 63 car. A 4-speed transmission and a very primitive factory lightweight, because this was the first time that Ford tried to build a car that could compete in drag racing with lighter weight components. Fiberglass hood and trunk, fiberglass bumpers as well. They hadn't even made them out of aluminum at this point. Remember now, in 1962, there were Super Duty Pontiacs and 409 Chevys, but in 63, GM pulled the plug on their racing program. And so this car right here kind of fell into obscurity as the 63 Ford came along. And of course, Ford, they focused on NASCAR. They felt that at that point, they could sell more cars with successes on super speedways than drag strips. Of course, that would change a couple of years later when the muscle car era really came into its own. So you might call this car, well, one of those unsung heroes of the Ford performance program that really did begin back in 1962. And that's our State Farm Tread Talks.